welcome to episode 4 of the Lockdown Show. Hope everyone's doing well. Good morning, good evening, whatever it is for you. I'm going to start off with the answers to last show's quiz. Question 1 was in computing. What's significant about the 19th of January 2038? It's the date at which 32-bit computers will just run out of times. They can't count any further. Time on computers is counted in seconds from the 1st of January 1970, and 32-bit computers will reach their maximum limit on the 19th of January 2038, and probably loop all the way back round to zero. It'll probably be fine. I mean, who's going to have a 32-bit computer at that point anyway? It's going to be fine. Question 2 was, what's the connection between a supporter, a flipper, and something enjoyable? Well, a supporter is a fan, a flipper is a fin, and something enjoyable is fun. They'll have synonyms that start with F and end with N. F blank N. Question 3 was, what is the word for the fear of the colour purple? And it's porphyrophobia. It comes from the Greek word porphyros, which means purple, and phobia, which is fear. It's a word. It means fear of colour purple. Can't really add anything. Question 4 was, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928 when he was Professor of Bacteriology at which hospital? It's the St Mary's Hospital in London. Question 5 was, what does the acronym NATO stand for? It's the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation. And now, for question 6 to 10, these were all themed around the Netherlands. Well, I'm not going to read these out in Dutch again, but I'll give you the answers. What colour were carrots before they were orange? Well, they were purple or white. Some people say purple, some people say white. We'll take both. It's one or the other. They weren't orange. That's the important part. And to what year does the music in the Dutch national anthem date back to? It's 1572, which is a fair while ago. I've been to bed at least once since then. Question 8 is a question that will really test my pronunciation. How many bridges can be seen from the... No, I'm not even going to say that. How many bridges can be seen from the crossing of place name 1 and of the place name 2? And the answer's 15. And then The Hague, the so-called international legal capital of the world. Name one of the 5 international courts located nearby. Well, you've got the International Court of Justice, the Permanent Court of Arbitration, the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, the International Criminal Court, and the Special Tribunal for Lebanon. So, there you go. And lastly, name the 3rd major international group the Netherlands is a founding nation of, other than NATO and the EU. Well, the Eurovision, they did found it. I wouldn't really put it on the par with NATO. I wouldn't call Eurovision a major international group. Major European group? It's up there, but won't quite stretch all the way to global. The answer was the OECD, or the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development. No, I didn't know that existed either, but the more you know. But that's all we've got time for on the quiz. Well, the quiz answers things, that's all the answers we've got. We've gone through them all. So we're going to be starting off with a new segment every Saturday show, about 7 or 8 minutes. We're going to be catching up on our FIFA team. So those of you who don't know, we created a FIFA team with all the players named after followers, basically. We went through, we've got a team of like 27 or 28, whatever the number is, before we ran out of space to keep adding people, which is a shame, but look, it's great. I'll put it up here, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to FIFA 19, where today we are managing a quality team, and we're going to be taking them right from League 2 in England all the way to basically the best team in the world, and that's obviously Macclesfield. Oh yeah, with a manager, I don't break legs. This is our squad. You'll probably notice something a little familiar about maybe one or two of these, and yeah, we don't speak about him. So the way this is going to work is basically each week we're going to go through a couple of months worth of games, and I'm just going to show you the goals. I'll skip out boring games In our first match in the European Cup, it didn't go off to the best of starts when in the 15th minute they took the lead. I can't remember what the name was, the scorer or the opposition, but they made it 1-0. That was just a bit infuriating. But just on the stroke of half-time, Desai will come to our rescue to pull one back and make it 1-1 just before half-time. And as if that wasn't good enough, after the most chaotic scrabble the world has ever seen in the box, Rory scores again in added time to make it 2-1 just before the half-time whistle. However, only 13 minutes into the second half, from a free kick came this opportunity for the away team to level the score. However, with just 5 minutes on the clock, Ockram would bag his first goal to make the final score of the game. Macclesfield 3, opponent whose name I've forgotten, 2. Coming into our second game of the European tournament, whatever it was called, against CD Numancia, as the home team at the Waldstadion against Macclesfield. The only changes to our team sheet saw Sources starting in central right midfielder role, and Ori would make way for Volcount, having nearly had heart failure in the last match. She said she was not feeling up to it, which, I mean, if you have heart failure, you're probably going to want to sit the next match out. The decision to play Vilcount instead of Alice as a replacement for Ori was made worthwhile in just the 5th minute when Vilcount gave us the 1-0 lead. Well, in the 41st minute we gained a bit of an advantage when Atenza took down Desai in the box. It was down to Desai to make it 2. I mean, the keeper didn't even try. The second half was entirely uneventful. Like, literally nothing happened, but we didn't care because we won 2-0. With our first 2 victories in our first 2 games, we had already qualified for the knockout stages of the tournament, so we had literally nothing to play for in this third game other than the shits and giggles. So Simbot, along with a few others, would make their debuts for Macclesfield Town. Well, the 90-minute lesson on why having a 1-rated goalkeeper is a bad idea started in the 52nd minute when... well, yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I can say about that. It was less than impressive goalkeeping, to say the least. AIK went on to double their lead in the 80th minute in a goal that wasn't so much Simbot's fault, more the fault that most of our players were about 4 inches tall. And with practically the last kick of the game, they would add insult to injury, making it 3-0 after some more delightful goalkeeping by world-class keeper Simbot. And that would ultimately put a pretty dead end to a pretty torturous 90 minutes. So with 2 wins out of our first 3, we made it to the semi-finals where we will be playing FC Groningen from the Netherlands. So an interesting battle. It would be in the 24th minute in which we would fall victim to the fact that most players just couldn't see over our opponent's shoulders. An easy header hit against the post, and then an even easier header headed in, because, I mean, look at our players. Look at those 3 nearest the goal. Who is getting that first? Neither of them, I'll tell you that. Then in the 41st minute, poor decision by me, both playing and as goalkeeper, to try and run out. I mean, the less we talk about this, the better, to be honest. Let's just move on from this one. 11 minutes into the second half, we would get back in the game with a beautiful goal from Ankrum into the bottom right hand corner to make the score 2-1 and to really get us back into the fight. But the belief was short-lived. In the 75th minute, FC Groningen would ultimately put the game to bed with a banger, a great goal into the top right-hand corner. Borderline unstoppable, unless you have defenders who know what they're doing. But for now, we don't. And to add insult to injury, in the second minute of stoppage time, I would get sent off because I was too pissed and just fucking trying to break people's legs. Why are you surprised? And that would be how the game ended. A 3-1 defeat. We fell victim too many times to the fact that not many of our players are taller than a pencil, and most of them have the passing capability of a 4-year-old. And unfortunately, that would see us knocked out of the competition, and at least knowing vaguely what we needed to invest in the transfer market if we would have any money. More for that next week. And that was our FIFA segment for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was something different that people enjoyed, even if they're not too into football. I tried to keep it as entertaining as I could. And that'll be back next week with our first league game of the season and a bunch more other stuff. Coming up next, though, we have a bunch of the most popular clips from our Jackbox streams. Some of the best Jackbox moments from Gene to anything. It's Jackbox. We all know how that went. So I'm just play the show. I'd say take it away, but this is mostly your stuff, so thanks for giving me free content, I guess. So enjoy.
The first thing the Ugly Duckling did after turning into a beautiful swan.
The first thing the Ugly Duckling did after turning into a beautiful swan was smack a bitch or smash their nose. Another used 4 counts, shoving them up Grandpa's ass or butt plug. Oh, poor Grandpa. The best way to make a waiter at a snooty restaurant angry is to keep asking, why can't I dunk testicles in the lobster tank? Or do you sell happiness? A weird dad keeps all of his children's organs or reproductive organs. What people in the early 1900s probably said when they got electricity for the first time. Oh, okay. A great line to use to insert yourself into any conversation. Does this testicle belong to you? Or, fuck you, coward. The child isn't mine. What a load of cunts. Stole my car because it had a turret. My garden is infested with furries. Furry be gone grenade. Throw this and all the furries will be gone. No side effects include death. I don't want to think about fucking Gemma Collins again. And that's the real problem, because I don't. It's called You Murderer. She made me think about it, and now I legally have to kill myself. My erection grows too fast. It's a real problem these days. Don't worry, because we've got the erection eraser.
It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do the job. Oh my god, I forgot how long this fucking intro is.
I tried to get on an airplane the other day, doesn't matter where I was headed, and the stewardess stops me and says, you can't bring this on, pal. She called me pal. Anyways, long story short, don't motion for me to wrap this up, Lena, okay? Don't give me that look. Okay, fine. So I got arrested, and they broke my this right in front of my face. True story.
Then I've got something for you.
In other words, they won't let me take my fucking gigantic cock and balls on airplanes. Snip, snip, snip. Is that a fucking safety scissors?
Here. And that's how it's
Just
done,
snip,
everybody.
snip, snip it all off. Travelling has never been so painful before. They won't let me take my fucking gigantic cock and balls on airplanes. Well, let me introduce you to the erection eraser. What do you mean the invention sounds a little familiar? I have no idea what the fuck you on about? It's wholly new that you've never seen anything like it before. They won't let me take my fucking gigantic cock and balls in airplanes. A gun. Oh, and that's a nice detailed drawing of a gun. And if that don't work, use more gun. Does do the job. Come on, wait for the gun blow. Arsehole! Fucking arsehole! Fucking arsehole! How dare you win that gamble? How fucking dare you? Why did you laugh my back, Buzzkill? You have a broke family and need money for college. Please donate if possible. I'll butter my biscuits and call me Sally. Tea and biscuits for the newly found transvestites. Oh, Neil, your fault.
When I'm at the mic, no telling what I'll joke. Your mama sued Trojan when the condom broke. Wave your hands in the air like you just don't save her. They saw your ugly ass and ruled in her favor.
That's what they came up with. Vote on your devices now.
This one won't scratch.
Oh, yeah. And if you keep scratching, I'll give you cash for extra $signs you
Come on,
find.
game. Which do I do? Right, I'm gonna go for this one first. Oh no! Which do I do?
Does masturbate actually stand for in this case?
I don't know.
It's an abbreviation, apparently.
I've got just the thing.
I'm too tired to masturbate.
What's it look
The
like?
suction doggo.
Take a look.
Oh, it looks so innocent.
Now, let's see that drawing. I mean tagline.
Ah, that's Snoopy. Okay, Snoopy.
It's a fucking Snoopy.
And
Get Snoopy. It's like a woman go out of your face. I'm out. I'm gone. I quit.
Oh god.
Goes, right, we need a game design, and the game designer's like, oh shit, or the art designer's like, You know, I had this lovely bath the other day, and you know what I like in my baths? Gloves. And you know what is a glove? And you know what else I like in my, in my baths? Boats. And you know what else I like in my baths? Alien squid tentacles. And you know what else I like in my bath? A butt. Who comes up with that? Moo. The code, if you don't know Jack, is... What a code.
Being able to stream.
Jackbox game. That might be a bit better. I'll see when this next part starts. Are you on vacation home? It's clean and cheap. There's only one weird thing. In the middle of the living room, there's a giant statue of a praying mantis. Do you plan to come back to this area? Do you book this place again? Ooh. Just kill some elderly. What use are they anyway?
I'd call you trash, but garbage ain't thin roulette. Or just as bad as a purple flashlight clothing. You're boring me like a worn-out twig. Used so many pencils in her drawing that you suck dick.
You have no purpose in being in this game. Right now is the time to vote.
Give me world peace, fuckers. Help me mine uranium for an experimental bomb. They weren't meant to be that way, weren't they? Oh, so they weren't meant to be that way, weren't they? Research to restore penises that have been bent into an L shape. That's Sylvia, take me. Sylvia applies for The Bachelor as The Bachelor. They should be blasted off to Mars. Humanity towards the Mars. And now, Jean.
It hurts me to say it, but you're so silly. You're just a silly Billy. I'm so heavy. You are as light as a merengue. When I can't get OJ, I drink me Santan.
One of these 5 words. Okay
And I do
then.
mean anyone.
Tits. One of these 5 words. One of these 5 words.
Now, let's see if there are any matches.
No
Well,
way.
I guess mind reading doesn't exist after all.
Holy shit! And now, Gene.
I just stopped by on my way to the clinic to tell you have no chance of winning.
I don't hate this.
Don't need permission to rock this sewage treatment plant. I do need permission? Then I'm sorry, I shan't.
Yo, time's a waste.
There's not even a word.
Ding.
Information superhighway.
Wow.
Beep beep.
I'm dreading
The worst part of winter
because of this.
It's ducks.
Well, I've got a plate full of fixins for you. It's called
I'm geeking out. Let's see it.
Take a Gander. Peep that, Tobes.
I just want this to be over, so show me that tagline.
Then take a gander here.
And scene.
I'm gonna try. No promises, okay?
Oh god.
Okay, time to start the quiz. We'll start with question number 1. What is the capital city of Northern Ireland? Question 2. We know that Katharine Hepburn has won the most Academy Awards and Meryl Streep has had the most nominations, but forget those, they're child's play. What I want to know is who's won the most Grammys? Question number 3. According to the Beatles, in the town where I was born lived a man who sailed to sea. But who do we ask if we want full speed ahead? Question number 4. What's the oldest university in the world? Question number 5, the last general knowledge question. The Cure for Insomnia from 1987 is the longest film ever made. Its length is exact to a number of hours. How many hours? How long is it? questions 6 through 10, second themed part of the quiz, are all going to be about emojis and movies. I'm going to show you a couple of emojis that represent a film or film title. You've just got to tell me what they are. Okay, you'll get it from question 6, I'm sure. Okay, so what film is this? Okay, question number 7. What movie is this? Okay, question number 8 now. What film are these two emojis representing? Question number 9. What movie is this one? And lastly, what movie is this? That's the end of that quiz. That's all we've got time for today now. I am really running out of ideas at this point. So if you've got any questions, themes, segments, if you want to be in the show, if you want to help out aka editing, anything, please do get in touch because I am rapidly running out of ideas. With 40 questions down, we've done news, we've done memes, we're going to come back and do more of them. But if you have questions, themes, anything, let me know. Discord. Or via tv@simotimo.co.uk, please. It'd be greatly appreciated. But other than that, thank you to our guests for joining us. Thank you for joining us as well. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, your day, your afternoon, your morning, whatever it is for you. And see you next time. Good night.